France, 1789. A kingdom of shimmering palaces and sprawling estates. Yet beneath the veneer of opulence, a simmering discontent brewed. The French people, burdened by crushing taxes and crippling poverty, teetered on the precipice of revolt. The lavish lifestyle of the aristocracy stood in stark contrast to the daily struggles of the peasantry. Resentment festered like a wound, ready to erupt. The French monarchy, oblivious to the growing unrest, continued its extravagant ways. King Louis XVI, a well-meaning but indecisive ruler, failed to grasp the gravity of the situation. His queen, Marie Antoinette, infamous for her lavish spending, became a symbol of the monarchy's disconnect from the people's plight. The French people, inspired by Enlightenment ideals of liberty and equality, yearned for a change. They demanded a voice in their governance, an end to oppression, and a just society. The air crackled with anticipation, pregnant with the promise of upheaval. Whispers of rebellion echoed through the crowded streets of Paris. Pamphlets filled with revolutionary ideas circulated amongst the masses. The French people, tired of enduring injustice, prepared to seize their destiny. The stage was set for a revolution that would forever alter the course of history. The storm was coming. The French Revolution was not a spontaneous eruption. It was the culmination of centuries of social and economic injustices simmering beneath the surface of French society. The rigid French social structure, known as the estate system, divided the population into three distinct groups: the clergy, the nobility, and everyone else. The first two estates enjoyed significant privileges, including exemption from most taxes. This system placed the burden of taxation on the third estate, the very people who could least afford it. The French economy, burdened by inefficient systems and extravagant royal spending, further exacerbated the plight of the common people. The peasantry, struggling to survive amidst rising food prices and stagnant wages, grew increasingly desperate. The burgeoning urban working class faced similar difficulties, enduring harsh working conditions and meager wages. Economic hardship fueled resentment against the privileged classes, who seemed indifferent to the suffering of the masses. Adding fuel to the fire were the intellectual currents of the Enlightenment. Thinkers like Locke and Jean-Jacques Rousseau challenged the traditional notions of absolute monarchy and aristocratic privilege. They advocated for individual rights, popular sovereignty, and government accountability. Their ideas resonated deeply with the French people, providing a framework for their grievances and aspirations. The Enlightenment provided a vocabulary for discontent, transforming simmering frustration into a potent force for change. The French monarchy, instead of addressing these mounting problems, responded with indecision and inaction. King Louis XVI, lacking the political acumen to navigate the escalating crisis, proved incapable of implementing meaningful reforms. His attempts to placate the people often backfired, further inflaming the situation. The monarchy's failure to address the legitimate concerns of the French people only accelerated the march towards revolution. The seeds of discontent, nurtured by inequality, poverty, and intellectual ferment, were about to blossom into full-blown revolt. The year 1789 marked a turning point in French history. Faced with a financial crisis and mounting popular pressure, King Louis XVI convened the Estates General, a national assembly representing the three estates, for the first time in over 150 years. This gathering, intended to address the kingdom's fiscal woes, quickly transformed into a platform for revolutionary change. The Third Estate, emboldened by their numerical superiority and inspired by Enlightenment ideals, demanded greater representation and a say in governance. On June 17, 1789, the Third Estate, joined by sympathetic members of the other estates, declared themselves the National Assembly, asserting their right to represent the French people. The king, initially resistant, eventually recognized the assembly, marking a significant shift in power. However, tensions remained high, and the atmosphere in Paris crackled with anticipation. On July 14, 1789, a Parisian mob, fueled by rumors of royal troops amassing around the city, stormed the Bastille, a royal fortress and symbol of oppression. This event, known as the storming of the Bastille, ignited the French Revolution, ushering in an era of unprecedented upheaval. The fall of the Bastille unleashed a wave of popular uprisings across France. Peasants rose up against their feudal lords, burning chateaux and demanding an end to centuries of oppression. The National Assembly, in a sweeping move, abolished feudalism and issued the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen, a document proclaiming the fundamental rights of all French citizens. This document, inspired by Enlightenment ideals, enshrined principles of liberty, equality, and popular sovereignty. France had entered a new era. The old order, built on aristocratic privilege and absolute monarchy, lay in ruins. The French people, having seized their destiny, embarked on a tumultuous journey to reshape their nation and redefine the very meaning of citizenship. The revolution, however, was far from over. The path ahead would be paved with bloodshed, terror, and ultimately, the rise of a new order under Napoleon Bonaparte. As the revolution progressed, it descended into a period of intense paranoia and violence known as the Reign of Terror. The newly established French Republic, facing internal and external threats, adopted increasingly radical measures to safeguard its existence. The Committee of Public Safety, led by Maximilien Robespierre, emerged as the de facto government, wielding immense power and ruthlessly persecuting perceived enemies of the revolution. The Terror, lasting from September 1793 to July 1794, saw the execution of thousands of individuals suspected of counter-revolutionary activities. The guillotine, a symbol of revolutionary justice, became a ubiquitous instrument of death. Anyone deemed a threat to the revolution, from aristocrats to ordinary citizens, could be denounced, arrested, and swiftly executed. The atmosphere in France was one of fear and suspicion, as the revolutionary government tightened its grip on all aspects of life. Robespierre, driven by his vision of a republic of virtue, sought to create a new society based on revolutionary ideals. He implemented policies aimed at eliminating all vestiges of the old order, from traditional religious practices to aristocratic fashion. The Terror, while brutal and excessive, demonstrated the revolutionary government's determination to defend the revolution at any cost. It became a period of radical social and political experimentation, as the revolutionaries sought to create a new France based on liberty, equality, and fraternity. However, the Terror's excesses eventually led to its downfall. Robespierre's relentless pursuit of ideological purity alienated many former supporters, and his grip on power began to weaken. In July 1794, he was overthrown and executed, marking the end of the Terror. The French Republic, having survived its most turbulent period, entered a new phase, seeking to consolidate its gains and establish a more stable government. The shadow of the Terror, however, would linger, serving as a reminder of the revolution's capacity for both radical change and brutal violence. Section 5. The Rise of the General, Napoleon's Ascent. From the ashes of the French Revolution emerged a new figure who would reshape France and leave an indelible mark on European history: Napoleon Bonaparte. A brilliant military strategist and ambitious leader, Napoleon rose through the ranks of the French army during the Revolutionary Wars, distinguishing himself with his tactical brilliance and unwavering determination. His victories against Austria and Italy secured France's borders and cemented his reputation as a national hero. Napoleon's popularity and military prowess provided him with the leverage to seize power. In 1799, he orchestrated a coup d'état, overthrowing the existing government and establishing himself as first consul of France. This marked the end of the French Revolution and the beginning of the Napoleonic era. Napoleon, while consolidating power, preserved some of the revolution's achievements, such as the abolition of feudalism and the principle of equality before the law. He also implemented sweeping reforms, centralizing the government, establishing a national bank, and creating a new legal system known as the Napoleonic Code. Napoleon's reign was characterized by a remarkable blend of revolutionary ideals and authoritarian tendencies. He embraced the principles of meritocracy and national unity, promoting talented individuals regardless of their social origins. He also sought to modernize France, introducing reforms in education, infrastructure, and public administration. However, he also concentrated power in his own hands, suppressing dissent and curtailing individual liberties in the name of national security. Napoleon's ambitions extended beyond the borders of France. He dreamed of a united Europe under French leadership and embarked on a series of military campaigns that engulfed the continent in war. His victories brought France to the pinnacle of its power, but his insatiable desire for conquest ultimately proved his undoing. The Napoleonic Wars, while initially successful, ultimately led to his downfall and the restoration of the French monarchy. Despite his eventual defeat, Napoleon's legacy as a military genius and a transformative leader remains intact, his name forever etched in the annals of history. Shaping a new France reforms and transformations. The French Revolution, despite its tumultuous course, left an enduring legacy on French society and beyond. It shattered the old order, dismantling the absolute monarchy, abolishing feudalism, and establishing the principle of popular sovereignty. These radical changes transformed the political and social landscape of France, ushering in a new era characterized by individual rights, democratic ideals, and the pursuit of national unity. The revolution's impact extended beyond the realm of politics. It sparked a cultural and intellectual renaissance, inspiring new forms of art, literature, and philosophical thought. The ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity became ingrained in the French national consciousness, shaping the country's identity for centuries to come. The revolution also led to significant changes in the French economy. The abolition of feudalism and the introduction of free trade policies stimulated economic growth and fostered the development of a more dynamic market economy. The revolution's legacy, however, was not without its complexities. The violence and terror that marked certain phases of the revolution served as a stark reminder of the potential for extremism and the fragility of democratic institutions. The rise of Napoleon, while consolidating some of the revolution's gains, also demonstrated the enduring appeal of authoritarianism and the challenges of balancing individual liberties with national security. The French Revolution, despite its contradictions and complexities, remains a pivotal event in human history. It inspired subsequent revolutions across Europe and the world, serving as a beacon of hope for those seeking to overthrow oppressive regimes and establish more just and equitable societies. The ideals of the French Revolution continue to resonate today, reminding us of the enduring power of human aspirations for freedom, equality, and self-determination. A world ablaze. The French Revolution's global impact. The French Revolution's impact transcended the borders of France, reverberating across Europe and the world. It inspired a wave of revolutionary movements, as people in other countries, inspired by the French example, rose up against their own oppressive regimes. The ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity, enshrined in the French Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen, became a rallying cry for reformers and revolutionaries across the globe. The French Revolution's influence was particularly profound in Europe. It shook the foundations of the old order, challenging the legitimacy of absolute monarchy and aristocratic privilege. The Napoleonic Wars, while devastating in their human cost, also spread revolutionary ideas across the continent. Napoleon's conquest led to the dissolution of the Holy Roman Empire and the establishment of new political entities based on the principles of national unity and popular sovereignty. The French Revolution's impact extended beyond Europe, influencing independence movements in Latin America and inspiring calls for reform in other parts of the world. The Haitian Revolution, led by Toussaint Louverture, drew inspiration from the French Revolution, abolishing slavery and establishing an independent Black republic. The American Revolution, while preceding the French Revolution, was deeply influenced by Enlightenment ideals, many of which were later embodied in the French Revolutionary movement. The French Revolution's legacy continues to shape the world today. Its ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity remain cornerstones of democratic societies, inspiring ongoing struggles for human rights and social justice. The French Revolution's impact on the global order, its role in the spread of revolutionary ideas, and its enduring influence on political thought and social movements solidify its place as a defining event in human history. The legacy of liberty echoes of the Revolution. The French Revolution's legacy transcends its historical context, its echoes reverberating through the centuries, shaping the world we live in today. The ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity, enshrined in the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen, continue to inspire struggles for human rights and social justice across the globe. The French Revolution's emphasis on popular sovereignty and democratic principles laid the groundwork for the development of modern democracies, influencing constitutional frameworks and political systems around the world. The revolution's impact on the concept of citizenship remains profound. it challenged traditional notions of subjectship, asserting the rights and responsibilities of individuals as active participants in the political process. The French Revolution's emphasis on civic duty and national unity shaped the development of modern nation-states, influencing concepts of patriotism and collective identity. The French Revolution's legacy also includes a cautionary tale about the dangers of extremism and the fragility of democratic institutions. The Reign of Terror, with its excesses and violence, serves as a reminder of the potential for revolutionary movements to descend into tyranny. The rise of Napoleon, while consolidating some of the revolution's gains, also demonstrated the enduring appeal of authoritarianism and the challenges of balancing individual liberties with national security. The French Revolution, despite its complexities and contradictions, remains a pivotal event in human history. Its ideals continue to inspire and its lessons continue to inform, shaping our understanding of the possibilities and pitfalls of revolutionary change. The French Revolution's legacy is not merely a historical artifact, it is a living testament to the enduring power of human aspirations for freedom, equality, and self-determination. Conclusion: a revolution's enduring significance. The French Revolution, a tempestuous whirlwind of radical change, forever altered the course of history. It shattered the foundations of the old order, dismantling the absolute monarchy, abolishing feudalism, and proclaiming the rights of man. It unleashed a torrent of ideas, igniting revolutionary movements across Europe and the world, inspiring generations to fight for liberty, equality, and fraternity. The revolution's path was fraught with violence and upheaval. The Reign of Terror cast a long shadow, a stark reminder of the potential for extremism and the fragility of democratic institutions. Yet, from the ashes of the old regime emerged a new France reshaped by the revolution's ideals, its identity forever intertwined with the pursuit of liberty and equality. The French Revolution's legacy transcends its historical context. It serves as a testament to the power of ideas to ignite change, to the enduring human aspiration for freedom, and to the enduring struggle to create a more just and equitable world. The echoes of the French Revolution resonate through the centuries, reminding us of the fragility of democracy, the importance of vigilance against tyranny, and the enduring power of human aspirations for a better future. The French Revolution, in its totality, stands as a monument to the human capacity for both radical change and profound destruction. It serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder of the complexities and contradictions inherent in revolutionary movements. Yet, it also stands as a beacon of hope, a testament to the enduring power of human aspirations for a more just and equitable world. The French Revolution, in its triumphs and its tragedies, continues to shape our understanding of the past, inform our present, and inspire our hopes for the future.